Human touch still reigns supreme.
I can't. I hate when I'm on the phone and I'm speaking to. I'm like,
robot
can I just please speak?
Customer service.
Customer service. Yes,
I would like to know how can I help
customer
you?
service.
How can I redirect you?
Can I speak to a customer service? Waiting on the phone could be hours. Especially some people could be like 10 minutes, could be 20 minutes, could be 30.
I know New Jersey. What's this? The thing that you go into tolls with.
Yeah, easy pass.
An hour waiting.
Yeah. The boss, right? It's only gonna give you what you put in.
Want that human touch as well. But the truth of the matter is, when you get an AI personal assistant, it's more efficient.
And you could tell Chat GPT, give me a description or give me some bullets for this job title. And so what happens is it will give you a description or give you some bullets for that job. Like,
let's chill. Hello, bonjour, hola, sani bonani.
Namaste. What's poppin', Chaplin Chillers? Yes, we had another empowerment episode of Chilling with the Chaplins. Yes. You know, I'm your boy, one of your co-hosts, Coach LJ, and I'm with the one and only, my lovely wife, my awesomeness, my best friend, my better half, my partner. She is, I'm telling you.
I think we should start that.
Lady Caesar. Yes, she's in the building.
Been fun.
Yes, but we're excited. The AI, I'm telling you, Chat GPT is something else. Yeah, so let's go.
So join us in this mind-bending, epic episode where we're we're asking the big question, actually. AI or
not to AI.
I think at the end you'll agree with me because I'm saying to AI. But to a certain extent, because this AI is kind of getting out of hand. When we're having robots come watch games with us, when we're having robots. Actually, there's a company that we should have spoken about this in
What's Good in
the Hood that has hired its first robot CEO.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I think I've seen that. Yeah, that's crazy.
So robots are becoming CEOs before we even become CEOs. That's insane. So, so what is it with you? Are you for AI? This is artificial intelligence, because we will keep saying the word AI. It stands for artificial intelligence, where robots are now doing basically everything. I think we used, we shared a video, one of the Friday episodes, where we saw a robot cleaning a toilet.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, when the toilet was too messy, it let the humans do it. I am touching this. A whole robot, okay? So
let them do the dirty work.
Yeah. So with the latest Chat GPT-4, what you call it, Turbo?
Yeah, Open AIs.
Open AI, everyone is a buzz because it's about to change things. It's like it's just come to really flip the script.
Yeah.
That's what it's here for.
Yeah.
And so we need to jump on into the AI bandwagon while we are riding, because things are about to get wild.
Yeah, things about to get wild, especially now with the, you could put more data into ChatGPT to basically help you become a more efficient writer, and help you to do tasks a lot better. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that though. Yeah,
but do check out our live that we did on Monday. You just go to the live tab, because we will be doing quite a lot of lives, and we touched on a bit of that, and we even spoke about the Ray-Ban glasses, the lapel that's coming out. Things are changing.
Game changes, right? Game changes.
So I think AI would be great to help, with progressive things as well. With everything, there's a bad and a good. So I think let's just focus mostly on the good. Let's try and do that. But which is like, AI can help you climb your career ladder much faster. Because there's a bit of cheating codes within AI.
Yeah.
Help you, like you said, write a book. You don't have to steal somebody's work, but you can plug in your thoughts, and AI will write it into something that's flowy.
Yeah, especially now with text to speech. Now you can speak into, because you have text to speech, so you can that's something. But you can speak into the AI, and it would write for this.
So I think in this episode we're gonna just dissect the hype about this AI that's happening, Chat GPT-4 Turbo, and we will actually be talking about it over the next couple of weeks. So just stay tuned. And if there's any other topic that you want us to touch on that's about Chat GPT or AI, do write in the comment section so we can touch on it in the next coming weeks. But before we jump into
anything that you want to know about AI,
right, before we jump into the meat of this episode, we wanna remind you, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please do so. Okay, just do the right thing. Subscribe to the channel. Press the like button before you exit this video. In fact, you can press the like button right now. Let me give you 2 seconds. 1, 2. There you go. Thank you for doing it. Right, and also while we're talking about that, I want to say thank you to the OGs for just being with us and standing by our side, walking with us this journey. We appreciate and love you. Tons and tons.
Tons and tons. Yes, tons and tons.
Let's go on.
Yeah, let's dive into and navigate this Chat GPT AI, and because
to be or not to be.
Because within the next couple of weeks, we're gonna touch on different topics about AI so that we can make informed decisions. Because the last couple of weeks, we could talk about the 5-year blueprint, about what we need to do to study, and so that we don't chase the shiny object syndromes. And we talk about tech and Empower, as well as course careers, as well as we talk about this. We always talk about the 6-month mentorship boot camp that we offer.
To it. So our topic today is actually the AI invasion.
The AI
invasion. Chat GPT-4, your next must-have. I think it is. I think it is your next must-have.
And just the thing, because we want to talk about this, because we like we said, we're talking about we're not chasing the shiny object syndrome, but we want to make better informed decisions with it. So, because and another thing too.
But the thing is, whether you make a decision or not, AI is here to stay.
Yeah, and the early adapters, those that adapt AI, they're gonna benefit from it. They're gonna benefit from it. So yeah.
All right. So let's jump onto it. So personal AI assistant, is it
a need
or
a height?
I personally feel like I'm really torn in between, because want that human touch as well. Mm-hmm. But the truth of the matter is, when you get an AI personal assistant, it's more efficient.
Yes, more efficient.
But there's no human factor. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's why I'm like, I wonder how that company that's hired a robot as a CEO, how it's going to go. Yes, it's going to be efficient. It's going to come up with, probably the most up-to-date data and all that. But the question is that, not even the question, the thing is that, what if somebody calls in sick? You know what I mean? It won't understand that you get there's traffic out there. It won't understand that your child gets sick because it doesn't have a child. Mm-hmm. You won't understand certain things like human emotions versus a human.
Yeah.
Who will understand when you say, listen, I just got a tire puncture. I'll be there in the next 2 hours. I don't know what a robot will say back to you.
Yeah, yeah.
So back to personal assistant, yes, it's more efficient and probably more cheaper, because it doesn't have sick days. It will work 24 hours a day. It won't complain. It won't want medical and all those benefits. I think that's really the pros. But the con is that people are losing jobs.
Yes.
Because now you're going to be working with a robot.
Yeah, yeah. Again, the personal assistant, it will declutter your life. Everything about your life. It will declutter it. So, think of AI as
how is it decluttering your life?
Declutter your personal life.
How is it decluttering your life?
Because you got to remember with tasks, a lot of times, I would think, because it does make your life much easier, because especially if you got a lot of things to do.
Probably maybe say cheaper, because now you're hiring this one tool.
No, not just that, but I'm talking about even like with do.
It doesn't take your clothes to the laundromat.
No, I'm talking about mundane tasks. Like I'm talking about tasks that you have to do. Like with.
Remember, this is your PA, personal assistant.
Yes, but I'm talking about even like with scheduling. You know, with scheduling, with things that you have to do or whatever. You know, that's like.
I'll give them one thing. They'll make life more efficient, but it doesn't necessarily mean they'll declutter my life.
Okay, so what's your thing? Is it would it declutter or is it just noise?
I just don't understand what declutter means, because decluttering means it cleans it out, but in what way? Because the thing is, it will do what you say. It's a computer. You feed it information and you get an output.
Okay.
So how is it decluttering your life when you are feeding it information and then you're getting what you've put in?
Because it makes your life much easier. You know, when you feed it the information, it makes it a lot easier with different tasks. So whatever tasks you have to do, like again, you don't need assistance, because when you able to put, let's say you're looking for some information, or you trying to do a task or whatever, and you stuck for a moment, you could plug in into the AI, and then the AI would help you declutter it or decode it. You know, it's basically another thing too. It's like, you know, when you get these writer's blocks, you could use AI to give you a new perspective, a new framework to the work.
All right. But I think what we must avoid is being over reliant on it, because you're using this big word as declutter, it will make people to be very reliant on it, and there's a risk factor to that, because at the end of the day, it's a robot, and robots do have glitches. You know, it doesn't mean that because it's a robot, it's 100%. You know, there won't be any problems. So just be careful.
Yeah, be careful. So don't rely on it. Use it, like I said, when you're using it, it's only to enhance you. It's not for it to do the work for you, but it's to enhance the work that you're doing. Like if you're trying to scheduling a work, if you want it, you need fresh ideas. You know, you need some fresh ideas in your writing thoughts. It will help you out to get some ideas or some topics that you could begin to write on it. So, but you can't over rely on it, because now we're not thinking about it, because we rely on AI to do the job for us. And so, yeah.
I'm also very concerned. Don't take me as a naysayer here, but I'm just trying to come up with really like practical things that, yes, I'm excited about it. Absolutely. I'm on the bandwagon. But what about privacy concerns? I mean, we spoke about the Ray-Ban glasses earlier in the Monday
What's
Live.
Good in the Hood?
What's Good in the Hood. And people will actually get out there able to wear glasses and you be recorded without your consent. That's really tricky, because it means that people can take stuff, record. Because a person can actually look into a document and take a picture now. Yes. It is actually not funny. It's actually serious stuff.
Yes, I agree.
You know, they can look and let me see that already. And you might not even have to hear the sound, because they've put it on mute.
Yeah.
But the thing is, people are going to be recorded. People can walk into a bathroom and start recording people naked. It's I'm so concerned about the privacy, that come into the factor, and even just organizational privacy. You know, there are documents that are going to be, like, for example, let's just go to the White House, for example. They have different categories of the information. Like there's there's stuff that's called super confidential, whatever. But they
confidential, super confidential,
yeah,
hyper confidential, whatever it is.
Right. And what happens then if you're using AI? How secure are these really private documents?
Yeah. And that's the con of using AI, the privacy concerns. Is it really
and
private?
Sensitive information.
Yeah, is it really private? So these
medical information. So
this is the thing. Even like when you're using AI, you put in data into this information. So how private it is, or the data that you input it into the AI, is it really private? Who sees it, who don't see it? So these is these is the con, but is it worth it? To put the information, 'cause like I said, it does enhance you. It makes it better. Because the more you put in, or the better it will give you, the better response you will receive. The more information you give to the AI, the more you will get back. So, but the thing is, it's a risk because the privacy. So it's like you gotta learn you gotta juggle. Okay,
I think they have to really work on that part more. The developers, they have to really find a way to lock in, because Apple has done a great job with its privacy and security. So I'm sure they just that we are at the teething stages. So there's gonna be mistakes.
Yeah, but even you as an organization, when you using AI, what do you want in the AI, or do you want to put everything in the AI to make tasks easier?
But remember, people are hiring these robots now to do work of humans.
Yeah.
So.
Because you got to remember, if you put in people's social security, or you using, what to put inside. This is something why you
especially with the scams being so high.
Yeah, and this is because this is why you want to definitely educate yourself on it. We're not saying this is what these episodes is about. Is educate yourself on the AI. Just don't use it blindly. Yes, you want to test it out. Yes, be for it, but you're like, okay, but there are some cons. There are some pros. There are some cons. How much information you want to put in, and how little, whatever. But you're gonna have to determine that, especially with the privacy concerns, or it is everyone can see it, or who can see it. And this is why I like the Plus as well. When you had the Plus, the Chat GPT Turbo, because now you can create Chat GPTs where you're the only one that can see it. As allegedly,
because I doubted that you're the only one that can see.
Because you still got open AI, they can see the information. That's their platform. So is it really private? Because they can.
Once everything is out there, once it's out of your mouth, out of your mind, there's no privacy. Forget it. But one thing I think we need to highlight as we now jump into some of the pros. Those are pros too, but you just have to be open-minded. It's going to help us work smarter, not harder.
Yes.
Because you got these tools, you got these robots who are doing the work for you. It's like computer, allowing the computer to write for you instead of you taking pen and paper and writing. But I'm actually saddened about the human element. I'm just going to keep bringing this up, that people won't be able to think for themselves anymore. Yes. They've got these robots who are actually thinking for them. So I don't know.
But this is why the con, because that's the problem. You don't want to be over reliance. That's the risk that you could be taking, because people are lazy. Yes, we about working smarter, not harder. Yes, we're about making things more efficient, better, effective, being effective with mundane tasks or different activities that we do, like scheduling, like whatever it may be. Yes, you want help in it, but you don't want to.
I think we should create a dishwashing machine that actually puts the dishes in the dishwasher.
That would be a good idea. Hey, who knows if somebody is creative, think of that. But these are tasks you would think of AI. You would want AI to do. These tasks that you don't like to do.
Nobody wants to.
Nobody wants to do. This is what you want to use AI for.
A machine that irons itself.
Yes.
They choose the clothes for you, and then, oh my God. Like, we're becoming a lazy nation. But I believe that Chat GPT-4 Turbo, or just AI in general, has come to
revolutionize.
Read my mind.
Revolutionize.
Our workflow.
Yes.
And by automating a lot of repetitive tasks, like you said. So things are going to be much faster to accomplish than they were before.
Yeah, and that's what it's used for. It's to help you to focus on the things that you want to do, that you love to do, the creative things,
Putting more time in your hands.
Exactly, because imagine when you start a business, when you first start a business, you got to do everything.
Yeah.
You got to be the scheduler,
Yeah.
to the bookkeeper. You analyze, you data analyze, you everything. Now you don't have to be, because you got to remember, when you start a business, you don't have that much funds. Your funds are limited. You don't have that much capital. So now just imagine you put yourself as a beginner entrepreneur who had to do everything. But now with Chat GPT, you don't have to do everything, because now Chat GPT to be your data analyst. Now Chat GPT to help you with scheduling work. Like I said, the privacy, don't put in like the social security, all that kind of stuff into the data, because you don't know who sees it.
Right.
But the tasks like the telephone numbers, or the different things that makes your job, the different thing that you had to do, where you're able to not put focus on that work, and you're able to still be creative, and you're able to do the thing that you passionate about doing, that you love to do in the business. Because you gotta, like you said, with ChatGPT, even like creating these videos, we use ChatGPT to help us to find out the description, because that's the hardest part. Getting topics, getting something to write about, to talk about. But now, because of ChatGPT, we can have it to help us, to give us a framework on what to talk about, and then we just use what we do best, and it's talk. And from our experiences and from the thing that we do. So yeah, that's what you use ChatGPT for, or AI for, is these repetitive tasks to make your job easier.
So what about
even resumes? Yeah, like even like you can use it for. I just thought of that. Like even to help you out, because that's another thing, people. When you're looking for a job, you need a resume, right? So imagine you have your job again. You have your information, right?
But it's already doing that. We've got the resume genius that we're using to create.
That's AI though.
That's what I'm saying. You already
that's
have
AI.
it. You just plug in the information and it brings
the
templates. So
that's AI. So imagine, but you remember before though, when we didn't have these different AI tools, we had to do it by hand. And you can imagine the frustration you get sometimes when you got to type everything out. that takes some time.
It does.
Yeah. So now imagine you could use AI, right? Yeah. And especially with ChatGPT, because ChatGPT knows it's going by data, right? It's going for data. And you could tell ChatGPT, give me a description or give me some bullets for this job title. And so what happens is, it will give you a description or give you some bullets for that job. Let's say if you're a manager.
I think we're spending too much time on this. But I see your point.
Yeah, you see what? Yeah, but that's what it's for. It's to help you out with the tasks, so that you don't have to think too much. You're able to be much smarter, and so you're able to prepare yourself for the interview instead of writing about doing different things like that. So yeah.
So I was about to say before I was rudely interrupted. I think AI will also help boost your business reviews and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because you'll be using bots. But then the thing is, there's no honesty in that. Because the bots won't be saying negative things. They'll be coming in with positives. What you think about that?
Yeah, it does help you out with customer service, but it does boost.
You didn't answer my question. You're not listening to me.
What?
I said, what about when bots are writing reviews? Because even with social media, you have a lot of celebrities who are using bots to get likes.
Again, here's the thing: the bots, right? It's only gonna give you what you put in. So you gotta remember, the person that created the bots, if he or she, when you created this bot, you put in the data inside, and so it depends how you answer it. It will answer another way. But from the beginning, though, you telling the bot, okay, if they answer this, you're gonna say this.
Okay.
If they answer this, you're saying like this.
So you think it's the way to go in terms of customer service now?
Now,
instead of having a human.
I think in some cases, I like it.
I feel like
but for me, I like to speak to someone. So I know
and that's getting less and less.
yeah, me I
Most
know.
companies are
Yeah, I can't stand it. I don't like when I don't like when I and so
human touch still
Yeah.
reigns supreme.
I
with
can't.
me.
I hate when I'm on the phone and I'm speaking to. I like.
robot
Yeah.
or-
Can I just
yeah.
please speak?
Customer service.
Customer service. That's
I would like to know how can I help
customer
you?
service. Can I
How
speak
can
to
I
rep-
redirect you?
Can I speak to a customer service? Can I speak to a representative? So now the thing is, it does help you now. Like again, because if the thing is easy and a bot can help you, great. Go for it because if it like even like when you're speaking to a bot, and sometimes if it can help you out to answer a certain question without you going on the phone, because sometimes waiting on the phone could be hours. Especially some people could be like 10 minutes, could be 20 minutes, could be 30.
I know New Jersey. What's this? The thing that you go into tolls with.
Yeah, easy pass.
An hour waiting.
Yeah. So now imagine now if a bot can answer your question without you being on that hold for all that time. So now that's why I say for certain instance, okay, great, because now could imagine if a bot can help me out with my answer, I just save a lot of time instead of being on the phone. So that's why. But I still like to speak to someone. But in certain case, if it's not so hard, yeah, if it can help me out, I know I'm for it. I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Like I think I mentioned this before in terms of customer service being 24/7 because these are robots.
It's
they
around
don't
the
have
clock.
time to go home and to their kids or whatever. So it's around the clock service, which is also a brilliant feature.
Yeah, and that's the thing that with your business with bots, it is 24. So you can set it up once and it works for you 24/7. Because like I said, we human, we got to go to bed, we got to sleep.
Gotta eat.
We gotta eat, we gotta sleep. And so we can't answer inquiries all day, every day. We just can't sit at the
I
computer.
think that will help in like customer service, like support.
Yeah, support,
Scale your
yes.
support.
Yeah. So you don't need
won't have people waiting on long lines.
on long lines, yes. You don't have, especially like you said. And then another thing too, even with, it cuts costs. It cut costs because now you don't need all these customer service people that be on the, that's in the other countries. You don't need that when the bot can answer some of the questions.
But I still think it lacks human touch and human empathy.
It does.
And people will be like, for example, like when it comes to like debts or something like that, debt collectors. Imagine having a robot on the other end. Miss Chaplin, you owe $2,500. But I don't have it right now. Can I just break that up? No, Miss Chaplin.
Yeah.
You either pay the full $2,500 or you'll be taking your account to collections.
Yeah.
Listen, right now things are tough.
They don't want to hear that, yeah. And see, that's what the thing is.
You can't even break up your payments.
And that's the thing. That's the certain situations. That's when you want to speak to someone. When like that, when you want, because you're able to talk to someone and they can find a solution. Yeah. So this is why I think even in your business, I think you want both. You want the robot, but you also want the human touch. Because I do this like when I see businesses that have only the robots.
Yeah,
and
most businesses are going that route.
Yeah, and you can't.
But they don't want to pay for the benefits.
I know, but I think that you still want that human touch, even if it's just one person or two people.
But those people will be overwhelmed because I think most people have not shifted to the robot situation. And they'd rather have a person, like a live person on the other end instead of a robot.
Yeah.
So people are always looking for the human touch.
Right. Again, I see in the beginning when you first started business, when you first started, you do have limited funds. So you can't afford to pay for the customer service. So that's why they have the bots out there because, they help you answer questions so that you don't have to get everyone. But I think, you do want to get to the point where you are making money so that you either have that human touch because, that's something that you got to think about. It does lack empathy because it won't know how to respond to certain situations. So it won't know how to, feel that individual or respond because it only responded to the questions that you put in. And so if they, so if it say, oh, you owe this or whatever, and they ain't gonna really come up with solutions. So yeah, it does lack empathy, and so yeah, that's
Yeah, and you seem to be repeating what I just said. But anyways, AI, is it worth allowing it to make your decisions? Because I feel like it's a danger zone, you know, allowing the algorithmics to decide your destiny, or because really, remember, these are robots. They work on algorithmic things. Have been put inside of them.
Program.
That's the right word. Programmed in order to respond in a certain way.
Yes.
So, is the programming covering everything? Like, I'm just very undecisive when it comes to such things. But I also understand that we are right at the starting stages. So
it's gonna get better.
Yeah,
things gonna progress. Things gonna get better. Now, and here's the thing too. I like something that my sister does with it, because I remember, you gotta think with the AI now, like with the cashless things. She said she went back to, sometimes she go back to the old way, and sometimes just wait in line and just be patient and wait in line.
Who's this?
Taisha.
Oh, your sister. Oh.
Yeah, my sister. So she wait in lines. She don't always go into the cashless. Yeah, the self checkout, whatever. Because now you gotta think about this. You gotta think about these different things, because now if they feel like, oh, this is becoming a lazy generation, or the next gen, so guess what they're gonna feel like? You know what? Oh, if you like this, now you're taking away jobs for all, because this is what you like. So sometimes you gotta, that human touch or whatever. And I know it's the checkout is easy. The long line over there, and you're like, oh man, do I really want?
They're creating more self checkouts now. Than
because
anything.
if more and more people go into the self checkout,
if I can do it myself, why should I wait for someone to do it for me?
Exactly. So that's the thing. Sometimes and that's why she's like, you know what? I used to be able to go and wait in a line. So why not? I can't wait in a line now.
Because we are busy and we've got a lot of things to do. We don't have time to wait. We are busy generation. But I think one positive would be that with AI, it's less bias, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's allegedly. Because if you're inputting it, how less bias it is. But also it's efficient. We already mentioned efficiency.
Yes.
And there's less human error.
Yes, less human. And another thing too is data driven as well. So basically, it can, again, remember we talking about when we discussed in What's Good in the Hood, you can input 100,000 tokens. So it's a site.
Tokens means characters.
Characters, yes, basically about up to 300 pages. So it could cipher a vast amount of information before it forgets. So before, just if you got regular Chat GPT, it can hallucinate. And so if you put 500 or 600, a certain amount, it starts forgetting what it inputted. But with the larger tokens, you can input a lot more data before it start hallucinating or forgetting things. So
hallucinating, as in losing its mind.
Losing its mind.
Putting too much information.
It start forgetting what you put in.
That is insane. A whole computer?
Yeah.
That's insane.
It was that was the crazy part about it. That's what people was complaining, because it was hallucinating. It was giving you, it was saying things that wasn't correct, because it makes it look good and it makes it sound. And this is why, if you don't know about AI, you don't know what you're doing. It's because you gotta remember, it's data. It's gonna give you information on information, and it can make it sound so good, but if you don't know what you're saying, what you're doing, or what you're putting into, or you don't know the topic that you want to discuss, it would tell you something that you don't.
That's out
of this world. Yeah. So.
But one thing is that it's going to definitely save us time with certain activities, and with certain activities. So it is a game changer. It is.
Yeah.
I don't have to clean this apartment. I can get the robot to do. In fact, there's the one that your sister bought for your mom.
The
broom,
floor.
the
Yeah.
vacuum. You have it like going up, picking up stuff while you're just sitting and enjoying a movie. So, I mean, there's changes out there.
Yes,
There's changes.
yes.
So, yeah.
And that's what you would. I think that's what you would. I think that's what I like those AI, especially it helps me to clean.
But it doesn't do a thorough job.
It don't. I mean, it's okay. It's okay so that you don't have to clean it, get up and clean every day or whatever. You know.
I think we need it for your office area. Yeah, because he likes to nibble while he's working on his computer. And my God, the place. I think we need I wish I wasn't allergic to cats. Cats will come and lick that place up. Because wow.
But yeah, that's what you would use it so that you don't have to clean it every day, or the little
Crumbs.
dust, the little crumbs that you probably drop on the floor, it will clean it up a little bit. So I think, and like even with Chat GPT, it clean up your work. Let's say when you type or something, or you're using it and you look at and you searching information, you can have it to enhance your work for you. You can have it to now, especially you can put images inside. It could create thumbnails. So now it helps you do a lot of different things with.
You pay less.
Yeah, we're paying less. So now we don't have to hire a whole lot of different editors and graphic designers, because you could tell AI, okay, give me a graphic that looks like this, that sounds like this, and it will create a graphic design. It will create a thumbnail and that to your liking. So yeah,
absolutely. So just moving on, ethical and moral consideration. I think we touched on this when we were talking about privacy. Is that there's gonna be a problem when it comes to that, because remember, this is inputted. Stuff is inputted in it, so it lacks human touch, human empathy. It lacks human ethics, values, and all those
yes,
stuff.
yes.
So we will, get into some problems, but I think overall,
does the pros outweigh the cons?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's when you gotta do your own.
That's what the
episode is
about.
It's about doing your own due diligence,
Yeah.
because we see AI. I mean, that's the buzz right now.
Because
Everybody
it's
talking
here to
about AI.
stay.
Everybody talking about ChatGPT. And so this is why you gotta do your pros and cons and research and different things like that, because it also can lose personal judgment when you rely on it too much. So all these different things. So is a pro, is a con, is a pro, is a con, is a pro, is a con.
So while we're at it, I think would like to say this podcast was sponsored by the Next Opportunity Window.
Yes. This podcast is sponsored by the Next Opportunity Window. Yes, a vibrant community where we're able to come together, we're able to learn, we're able to grow, we're able to develop. We're able to build that relationship. We're able to overcome confidence. That's what we're all about. Overcoming fear, overcoming confidence, learning about different topics, and networking, because we are human creatures.
Absolutely.
It's about coming together, sharing ideas, learning from other people inside the book club, the masterminds, and webinars, lunch and learns. We're to learn about the topic. We still have the 90-day free trial. It's episode 100. That's the promo code, episode 100, so that you can take advantage of the community for 90 days. And we like to say, if you are an aspiring entrepreneur, and you want to learn how to structure your business, start your business, you start. You're like, what's my next step? You say join the 6-month mentorship boot camp, so that you can learn how to structure, establish, start the business. Knowing what's the next steps, and then to eventually scale the business. Because again, when starting a business, it's not easy, but guess what? When you have a coach, when you have a blueprint to help you in your journey, it makes things easier. So the links is in the description. Join the 6-month mentorship boot camp. Join the community, where you can connect with us.
Yeah, Absolutely. And as we round off this episode, we want to talk about is it really necessary now to customize? Because some people are customizing
Yes.
the Chat GPT. Is it? I think it is if you have a business.
Yes, if
or
you have a
if you're trying
business.
to build a brand.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah, I believe that if there's a way of customizing it so that it aligns with your brand and your vision, go for it.
Yeah, because with the latest update of ChatGPT Turbo, the latest update, now you could create GPTs, and that's what they call it. They call it GPTs. So you could create GPTs inside of ChatGPT. So you and here's another.
So it's a much more tailored experience.
Yes. So and here's the thing too with and you can eventually monetize it. Because now, if it get a lot of likes, if it got if people looking at it, you can
so
actually.
These GPTs are what, their videos?
No, it's your own GPT.
Like Room.
Yeah, similar. It's your own GPT that you created, like your own data information.
So it's like Wikipedia.
Similar, yeah, like yeah. Thank you. Oh man, yeah, like Wikipedia.
Because Wikipedia is by the people.
Yes, so it's like Wikipedia, but you created.
So there's no accuracy in that. It's not 100%.
No.
Accurate.
It's accurate though because you put in the info. You created the GPT.
Yeah, but you can take it. You can thumbs up information. So does it double check? Does it check like? Is it like a fact checker? Does it have a fact checker built in it? Because if you putting in like Wikipedia,
but you gotta remember,
Wikipedia is not necessarily.
You gotta remember it's using ChatGPT.
Okay.
So you data dumping information, but you creating your own ChatGPT. You putting the information in it just help you. Like let's say you wanna it could be the experience. It could be your own strategist. So let's say now you don't have to hire a strategist. You can have GPT. GPT, because you're creating your GPT. So you say, okay, now become this experienced business strategist.
Right.
And so now it's going to give you prompts on how you want the strategist to do for what you want it to do for you. You know, and so it can help you strategize different business ventures. It can help you because it can help you strategize in building your brand and building your company and generating revenue. So, it's you putting the data inside and also create, and like I said, you customize it so you like it. This is something that I didn't start using yet because I want more information on the GPT before I start implementing my own data. But the one thing I like about it, and this is why I'm going to use it, because you don't have to put it on the market. You can only make it towards you. So anything that you put inside, no one else can see it.
That's good.
Yeah, nobody else can see it.
So just to avoid, incorrect information going out.
So you're the only one that can see the data. Like right now, if by when you use it, everybody else it could the information that you input inside and it give you, it could take that same information and use it for other people, but in a different way. But with your own GPT, everything that you put inside is only creating the work for you only.
Gotcha.
And not for nobody else. So that's why I like the GPT, because now you could data dump all your information as you see fit. You could data dump all the information that you see fit, and now you can start creating different things for your business or for your brand, and without anybody else seeing it, as well as it creating using that information that you put inside your own ChatGPT, your own GPT for somebody else. So that's what I like about it. But is it a luxury or is it a necessity? It depends on the individual. Because it does take time, so it is because it takes time to do it, and you got to know what you want from it.
So are you creating it yourself? If you're saying it takes time, doesn't it come pre-done?
Some of it, but you still had to put some information into it. Okay. So because you want to tell it to your business, so you still put information into it. So that's where the time comes. But like I said, it could create it within 5 minutes. It could do everything
All
within
right.
5 minutes.
So having spoken about, I think we were talking about customizing it. That sounds like a lot. So
That's what I say.
does it not come with additional monetary requirements?
That's the beautiful thing. No. Whatever you pay. And they say now you're actually paying less per token, per word. So now, and so they gave you more features at the same
For
price
less
for the same, for less money.
Good.
So if you, like I said, if you're a pro member, if you got Chat GPT-4, you got the plus, you're only paying $20 a month. And you got all these updated features inside. So I think it's this again. And that just goes to show you too, even when you have a business, because a lot of times we add more features, we want to up the price.
Right.
And with that, they said, no, we
But for now, because they still drawing people to it, the prices are gonna go up. Trust and believe.
It might, but
They will, not might. They will.
but it's still probably worth it, especially right now. It just goes to show you that you still paying the same price for the features that
Additional features.
Additional features. Now, of course, if you got enterprise, you could do a lot more.
Yeah.
The developers, if you have enterprise, you could do a lot more. But
Also, there's another part that's
it's three. You got the 3.5, you got the plus, and you got the enterprise. So it's 3 tiers. So the 3.5, you can't do as much.
I wonder what's included in the enterprise.
That's mostly for developers. It allows you to do a lot more, advanced things. So for most people, you ain't gonna use enterprise because you're not at that stage. You're not a developer. It's more advanced.
But you can pay for it if you're curious just to check it out. So moving on.
It's probably too expensive. But for plus, most people, plus will be good because now, especially if you're a writer, you're a content creator, if you and we're not sponsored by Chat OpenAI. We should, but we're not sponsored by them. but here's the thing. But most people could start out with plus. But again, do your research. Play around with it. If you got 3.5, play around it. Use it. Play around and see what. Don't be afraid. The whole idea is don't be afraid of it. It's here to stay. It's not going nowhere. And so those that learn and get in it and learn and play with it, just start playing with it.
It's like any other machine.
Yeah.
The more you customize yourself to it, the better.
You become.
The more comfortable you become.
Exactly. Because when I first started using it, I'm just learning, just playing around with it. But as I began to start using it, the more I use it, the better I became in writing the different prompts. So it's all about it's a prompt game. And so the more the better you are in writing prompts, the better the information you're going to receive for ChatGPT. So we say play with it, do your research, do your due diligence. And so, because this is the reason why I didn't do the GPT, my own custom GPT yet, because I want to actually get more information on it.
Whew, that was a lot. So I think maintenance of these robots as well will also require a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there are already engineers out there who are working on these systems who know how to troubleshoot and all that. So I believe we're in good hands.
Yeah. So again, like you said, the maintenance, but again, that's the time. That's the time. It could cost some money, but it's possible. Even with the maintenance, because ChatGPT does make your life easier. Because if you're stuck on a question, you can ask ChatGPT to help you out to get for the answer. Think of a question that you might be stuck at. Think of it.
I don't want to think.
Okay, but whatever question it may be. Let's say you want to you're stuck on a particular question. Like ChatGPT,
Okay, you can't think of a question.
No, help me out with, give me a topic idea about ChatGPT, or how can I use Chat GPT
Whatever the
in my
question may
business,
be.
whatever it may be, and if you're stuck on it, okay, Chat GPT, give me some ideas of how to protect myself for data breaches. Give me some ideas for things that you don't know. You can have ChatGPT to ask you these different, and it will give you answers. So yeah, but the maintenance part, I again, we all about empowering ourselves. We're all about improving ourselves, and so we saying educate yourself on any particular on any particular thing that you do.
Put out enough information out there. It's your call to do the right thing in educating yourself, educating people around you, educating the world, on what's out there, because the world is changing. The world is changing.
Again, we thank you for tuning in today. Like I said, we for the next couple of weeks, we want to dive in. We want to talk about the different ways you could use ChatGPT, and we want to just give you practical steps for the next couple of weeks, a couple of weeks about AI and ChatGPT, because it's a powerful tool, but we want to be smart when using it. So we thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed this video, check out the next video we have for you. Thank you. Take care. Deuces.